West Regional at North Henderson High School. We're with head coach from St. Stephen's, Billy Baker, and his assistant, Roy Hoffman. Coach Baker, how's your team doing this year?
Well, you know, we actually ended up doing a lot better than we thought we were going to be. We took a heavy hit to graduation last year, and we had some hiccups along the way during the season. We lost a lot of matches, but we ended up finishing the Final Four in the state duels, and looks like we're going to finish second today in our individual regional tournament. So we're pretty proud of that, you know.
Tell us about how last year felt, winning the big one and then coaching your son, Blake.
you know, you couldn't have written a better story. You know, him and all his buddies, you know, we've been traveling all over. Me and Roy's been taking them places, not just for 4 years, but for 6 years, because it kind of started when they were in the 7th grade. And, you know, they were at our house all the time. We were at Roy's house together. So it was pretty special, you know, to be able to watch those boys accomplish that big goal they had.
Walk us through the timeline when you were coaching and then you were deployed and then you came back to coach.
I came to St. Stephen's in 1999, and actually Roy was the first person I met. He had already been with the program for several years because of his boys. He's a St. Stephen's graduate, and I'd been in the Army previously, so in 2004, you know, just in the spring, I got a letter, you know, bring me back to active duty. So, you know, Roy stepped in once again, and him and one of our former coaches, Larry Carpenter, took over the team while I was, you know, deployed, and you know, we came back and we just started off where we left off, and it's been a lot of fun, you know.
So what does Roy Hoffman mean to St. Stephen's Wrestling?
Oh, he means a lot to St. Stephen's Wrestling. He, you know, he does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. He kind of spoils me because I don't. There's certain things he does that a lot of head coaches are doing on their own. You know, it's like running our tournaments, bringing the equipment. You know, if I can't be there, he's always there. You know, I'm also the athletic director, so there's times in the fall and spring where I struggle to get to our off-season workouts. I can always count on Roy. You know, Roy's actually been with St. Stephen's Wrestling longer than I have, so you know, he's a big part of it. Roy,
do you have a favorite Billy Baker story you'd like to tell?
I told you to keep this clean.
We don't want to go there.
What's one rule in high school wrestling that you would change if you could?
You know, I think probably the way we do our weights, as far as you know, and being so picky on that OPC and having to, if a kid his minimum weight is 120.1, he can't wrestle 120 today. He might weigh 119 pounds. So I think sometimes we're killing ourselves with little nitpicky details, you know.
You have anything, Roy?
No, I'm good.
He ain't ever this quiet.
Yeah. What's one piece of advice you have for any first-year coach?
You know, be prepared for a lot of heartaches, and that's okay. You know, there's going to be good times, there's going to be bad times, but take the time to build relationships with kids. You know, because, you know, at the end of the day, wrestling's wrestling. You know, win or lose, you know, yeah, we want to win, but that's not the most important part. You want to send kids away from your program, you know, having great memories. And I think that comes from building relationships. And I think that's what Roy, myself, and all my other coaches, Scott Edwards, Matt Jones, John Holloway, you know, we all do that. And to me, that's the most important thing, is building relationships.
Yeah, and that's what makes the blood round the biggest heartaches that there is when you, the kids have put in so much, you've seen them work for years, and then they don't ever make it. It's tough on everybody.
All right. Thank you, guys.
No, thank you.